Dear student, due to coronavirus, school started online classes for your study. So you can subscribe Golden Flower Palia YouTube channel, like and press the bell icon.
Hello students, today we are going to start the next topic of motion in a straight line, and in this topic we are going to study about position vector, about distance, displacement, speed and velocity. These are the main topics that we are going to discuss today. And till now we have studied the frame of reference. As I told you in the last video lecture that if a person is stick to a coordinate system, 3 axes x, y and z, we can define the position of that person. And I have given you an example of a person standing on a road, a person driving a car. Okay, so a person standing on a road having a 3 coordinate system, having 3 axes stick to him, and a person that is driving in the car is also having 3 coordinates, that is x, y and z, and we define the position of that person in respect to that axis. Okay, so where these axes are joining together, that we call as origin. Okay, so if a person is joining, we draw a line from joining that person to the origin of these 3 coordinate system. That line is called position vector. So here we have the first definition of position vector. What is position vector? Like this is a 3 coordinate system, x, y and z. They all are 3 perpendicular axes like the corner of your room. So 3 coordinate system we have, and a person is standing here. So a line, it is going to be join this person from the origin. This is called position vector of this person. Like it is moving in the space around this coordinate system anywhere. So this position vector, it is going to be changed, and we say that the person is in motion. The object is in motion if this position vector, a line drawn from that point, from that object to the origin, this vector, it is called position vector. If this position vector, it is changing with time, we say that the person is in motion, the object is in motion. If this line, if this position vector, it is not going to be changed, it is same as with the time. If the with time its value, it is not going to be changed, its magnitude, it is not going to be changed, its direction, it is not going to be changed, we say that the object is in rest. So you have understood what is the position vector. It is a line drawn from origin to the object present in space. Okay, in any space to which this coordinate system is stick, and to this origin of that coordinate system, the line that we have drawn, it is position vector. If position vector is changing with time, the object is in motion. If the position vector is not changing with time, so object is in rest. Let's take an example. Like this is a house fly. Okay, this is a house fly and it is flying inside the room, and this is the position number 1 and it's having the position vector r1. After some time the fly is arrive here. Okay, so its position is 2 and this position vector is r2. Okay, position vector is r2. Now house fly came here. Okay, so its position vector becomes r3. So with the time the position vector is changing. Okay, this is p3. So as the position vector is changing, that means this housefly is in motion. And if it is sitting at an object and its position vector will remain same for a long time, then we say that housefly is in rest. Now you have understood what is position vector. Okay, so next topic we have distance and displacement. Okay, what is distance and what is displacement? Distance, these all the terms you have already studied in class 9th, and these are very simple. Okay, what is the distance? Distance is the path, the length of path traveled by a body. Okay, the path that is traveled by a body, it is called trajectory of that body. Like a body is moving in a curved path, so then curve is trajectory of that body. Okay, if the body is moving in a straight line, then that straight line is the trajectory of a body, and whatever will be the length of this trajectory, that will be called distance. Okay, so what is the distance? It is the length of path traveled by a body. Clear? The length of path traveled by a body is called distance. Okay students, distance is a scalar quantity or vector quantity. Do we need to express the distance in a certain direction? No. Okay, we just need a magnitude. Distance cannot be 0. Okay, distance cannot be 0 for a body which is in motion. If a body is moving, it definitely traveled some path, it's definitely covered some length of path. So for a body which is in motion, the distance for that body will never 0. Okay, so try to understand, it is a scalar quantity. It is a scalar quantity, and it cannot be 0 for a body is in motion. If a body is moving, definitely it will cover some length. Okay, it will cover some path, and that path will have some finite length. Okay, so distance cannot be 0 for a body is in motion. The body is in rest, for that one the distance will be 0. So it doesn't have any direction. We don't need any direction to express the distance. That is why it is a scalar quantity. And what is the SI unit of distance? So SI unit of distance is meter. Okay, we are denoting meter with a small m. Okay, CGS unit is centimeter and SI unit it is meter. So it is a scalar quantity. And what is the dimensional formula we use for distance? Dimensional formula we are using capital L. Okay, for the distance this dimensional formula will be L. Okay, so this you have understood what is the distance. It is a scalar quantity. It is the length of path traveled by a body. So what is the displacement, students? Distance, it is the length of path. What is the displacement? Displacement is the distance in the certain direction. Okay, like displacement is the distance between initial and final position. Okay, in straight line. Like a body is moving along a triangle or a circular path. Okay, suppose it is moving in a circular path. So a body started its motion from point A to point B. Okay, so what is the displacement traveled? If the radius of this circle it is r, what is the distance traveled by the body? Distance traveled by the body is the length of path, because it covered its path along this curve, okay, along the semicircle. So the length of path will be equal to pi r. Okay, so this is the distance. The trajectory is semicircle. Okay, the body is moving along the semicircle. So whatever the length of trajectory, that we call as distance. But what is the displacement? Displacement is the distance between initial and final position, A to B, that is 2r. Diameter. Okay, so diameter is the displacement and distance is the semicircle, the trajectory, the path of the length of this trajectory that is followed by this body from traveling from A to B. Okay, so this you have understood. What is the displacement? Displacement is it is distance traveled between initial and final position along a straight line. Okay, it is always a straight line. Okay, we have to see the minimum distance traveled between initial and final position in a straight line. Okay, like a body is moving in a triangular path, like it started its motion from A, then it traveled to B, then it traveled to C. So what is the displacement it traveled? The displacement it traveled, it is AC. And what is the distance it traveled? It traveled AB plus BC. AB plus BC, it is the distance traveled by the body, and AC is the displacement traveled by the body. Clear? So what is the displacement? Displacement is the shortest distance between initial and final position, and it is always in the straight line. The shortest will be the straight line. Clear, everybody? So this is the displacement. What kind of quantity it is? It is always from initial to final. Its direction will be initial to final. Okay, so what is the displacement? Displacement is a kind of vector quantity. So it is a vector quantity. We need direction to express the displacement. Okay, so it is a kind of vector quantity. Unit is same as meter. Dimensional formula is L for the displacement. So now you have understood what is the displacement, what is the distance. It is a kind of vector quantity because its direction will be always from initial to final. Okay, there is a question now. Can displacement be a zero for a body is in motion? If a body is moving, can displacement for that body is zero? Obviously it can be. Okay, the displacement for a body can be zero if it is moving. If body is traveling from initial to final and then back to the initial position, then its displacement will become zero. Like a body is moving in a circular path and it completes its one rotation or one revolution, say like, okay, one revolution. It is started from point P1 and end its motion at P1. Now initial and final doesn't have any shortest distance between them, so displacement of such kind of motion is zero. If body is starting its motion from some point and it return back to the same point, then the displacement can be zero when the body is in motion. But distance cannot be zero. Distance will be a finite value because distance is the length of path traveled by a body, and displacement, it is what? It is the shortest distance between initial and final position. Clear everybody? So this is the distance and displacement. Let's talk about speed. What is speed? Speed is a physical quantity which correlates distance and time. Okay, so what is the speed? It is the distance traveled by a body in unit time. It is distance traveled by a body in unit time. Okay, it is a scalar quantity. We don't need direction to express the speed of a body. Okay, so it is a kind of scalar quantity. It is the distance traveled by a body in unit time. It is a kind of a scalar quantity, and the speed of the body is equal to distance upon time. Okay, what is the average speed? Average speed is the ratio of total distance traveled by a body and total time taken. Okay, so average speed is equal to total distance upon total time. I know you have already studied this all, and you are knowing these all the terms, but we have a little different manner to express all these things. We have to recall our memory, because next to this topic it is going to be little advanced, and there we have to understand the meaning of these all the things in graphical way. Okay, so it is quite important. For that you should recall your memory. What is distance, what is displacement, what is speed, are they scalar, are they vector, and then how to draw the graph for them, and for the different kind of motion we need to draw the graph. Okay, so this is quite important. What is average speed? It is the ratio of total distance traveled by a body to the total time taken. So average speed, it is equal to total distance upon total time. Okay, this is the average speed. How to express the speed in terms of symbols, in terms of some kind of equation? Okay, that we have to take. Now here it is instantaneous speed. Instantaneous speed. What is instantaneous speed? Instantaneous speed, the speed of a body for an instant of time. The speed that you look in your speedometer of your car, the speedometer of your bike. There it is a device which measures the speed, like every instant of time when you are traveling with a bike, when you are riding a bike, and every instant of time that speed is getting changed. Sometimes it is 30 km per hour, and to the next second it becomes 40, to the next second it becomes 45, okay, then 70. I know you are riding the bikes so fast. Okay, so this speed is quite less, that I'm telling you. So this speed is the speed that you are looking in the speedometer. Okay, that is a kind of instantaneous speed. What is instantaneous speed? The speed by which the body is traveling for an instant of time, for a very short time. Okay, for very minute time. Okay, infinitesimally small time. So that speed, it is called instantaneous speed. So how to express the instantaneous speed in terms of formula, in terms of equation, mathematical expression? So here we have instantaneous speed of a body. V is equal to, we are showing that one limit delta t tends to 0. Delta t tends to 0 limit means we are going to divide the time in infinite portions, okay, and to the 0, till the 0 we are dividing the time till the 0. Every part we are divided time in infinite parts, okay. So let the distance traveled by the body was delta s and the time taken by the body is delta t, okay. Body started from t to t plus delta t, we are finding the distance of a body. So this is delta s upon delta t, and after removing this limit and all this delta, it becomes ds upon dt. So how to express the instantaneous, where you have seen d upon dt. So that means we have done the infinite parts of the distance and infinite parts of the time. So in this infinitesimally small time, whatever the distance traveled by the body, infinitesimally small time, when time is divided into infinite parts, okay, infinite parts, and distance is also divided into infinite parts. So this infinitesimally small distance upon infinitesimally small time, okay, the ratio of these two, it is called instantaneous speed. So that is why I called this definition the speed of a body in instant of time, okay. In every second the speed is getting change, okay. So this one, it is the instantaneous speed. Clear everybody? So how to express the instantaneous speed in terms of mathematical expression? We use limit delta t tends to 0. That means we are going to divide the time into up to 0, and delta s, that is very short time it is, okay, very short time it is, and delta s is the difference in the distances. Like at t1 time, the body was at s1 distance, and at t2 time it was at s2. So what is the distance traveled by the body? S2 minus S1 upon how much time it is taken, T2 minus T1. So this S2 minus S1 we are showing with delta S, and T2 minus T1 we are showing with delta T. Okay, so this is delta S upon delta T, that is we call speed, instantaneous speed, delta S upon delta T to the limit delta T tends to 0, and we are expressing in the calculus manner ds upon dt. Okay. So this is the instantaneous speed. And what kind of quantity is the speed? Speed is a kind of scalar quantity, because we don't need any direction to express the speed. What is the SI unit of the speed? SI unit of the speed is meter per second. And what is the dimensional formula? Dimensional formula, that is LT minus 1. Okay, so keep remember all these things. Today we are going to stop it today only till here, till the speed, and next video I'll make you understand what is velocity and how to express the velocity. Thank you.
Do self study at home and stay home, save lives.